Hey guys, how's it going? It's your Dokkan Tuber back with another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment for any cool and fun video ideas you guys have for us. Today we'll be continuing our Dokkan Battle Summon Rewinder. And make sure to check out the previous videos if you haven't already. We appreciate it. And this week we're going to be looking at the Tech Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. Gohan Teen, not Ultimate Gohan, my bad. And yeah, same rules, we're going to do the 500 stones. Some of the units on the banner, if I've already talked about them, I'm not going to talk about them again because you know how we talking, but the problem is I don't want to have to repeat myself and waste your guys' time. Especially those who are committed to watching the channel, so I'll briefly mention them, like Piccolo we talked about, so I'll just skim over him. So yeah, hopefully we get a Gohan, Beerus, even Piccolo is a good unit, the new Supreme Kai, so yeah, let's get into it. So first multi, nothing amazing. Okay, so we got Piccolo, Int God Goku. I don't know if they'll even even awaken him for that matter. Piccolo's a good pull in the first. Okay, the first three multis we got Int Kid Goku. We'll talk about him. So we got the Gohan, 200 stones. We got the Gohan and two other featured units. I'm very happy. We got the STR Ultimate Gohan. Got another one of him. We'll get to him. He's okay. So yeah. Okay, these last few multis, we've gotten some SSRs, but nothing great. So overall, 500 stones, we got Piccolo, Goku Kid, Gohan, two Ultimate Gohans. That's not bad. I think once we had summoned him in 4 multis, we just stopped there, realistically, if you summon here. But this was a very good value banner. I didn't get to summon on it. I don't know. I was just busy or something. So yeah. So let's talk about Gohan. He's the Saviors or Hybrid Saiyans category. Ki plus 3, HP 130, attack and defense 170. His super attack is greatly raises attack and defense and causes immense. So it's stacking. So he's going to be tanking really well, like Int Goku Black. But he also has a defense in his passive. We'll get to that. So he's stacking attack and defense and greatly, so it's 50%. That's very strong. For any event, he's going to be hitting really hard, and he's going to be tanking a lot, so that's good. And his passive, he gets the attack and defense 140, so that's very solid boost. Ki plus 1 at the start of each turn up to 3, guards all attacks. He just guards all attacks, so he's not going to be taking any damage. And that's paired with the 140 and the greatly raises defense. And then he gets another attack plus 40 when guards activated, so I assume when he gets hit, he gets another 40. So he gets this 40, 140, and then 50. So that's a lot of damage and tanking. So overall, he's one of the strongest units in like Super Battle Road, all those long events, especially the newly announced God of Destruction event over on JP. So I'm excited to see what he does in that event. And then he transforms, or you use his active skill, not transforms. Starting from the 5th turn of battle, there's no condition, but it just has to be 5th turn, so it's kind of disappointing that it's 5th turn, but he's still really solid in here. Anyways, you want to stack, so it doesn't really matter if you're not in this form. And then he becomes Ultimate. Oh, so I was right before. He becomes Ultimate Gohan, okay. So now he just greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and a medium chance of stunning, so I think that's a downgrade, but you've already stacked up for, 3, 4, 5 turns. So he's going to be hitting very hard and having a lot of defense. And then he gets the Ki plus 3 right off the bat with the attack and defense 158%. He guards all attacks again. And then he gets 58% attack instead for the rest of the battle instead of 40, so that's an upgrade. And then attacks effective against all types when facing only one enemy whose HP is 50% or more. Or when there's a Majin Buu style category enemy. So oftentimes they're going to be at high health. So it's not too hard to get that effect off, especially in those, long, tough events. So I like this upgrade when you use the active skill. I honestly think you could just sit in this form and just keep stacking. I don't think you're going to hit as hard here. Like, initially this is going to do more damage because you have a higher boost, 158, and then the extra 58. But since you're greatly raising every turn, this may be a better option. Only case where I think you'd go into the Ultimate Gohan is if you're against a Majin Buu Saga category enemy and you have type disadvantage, so your attack can be effective. Your attacks can be effective against that type. So overall, he's a great unit. I really recommend summoning on him when he comes back. I'm hoping he comes back on the Gogeta banner that's supposed to be dropping on Sunday or Monday, something like that, for my time, and yeah, so whenever he comes back, just that banner is just good value, honestly. Then we got the new Supreme Kai and Kibito. Potara, Ki plus 4, HP attack and defense 100. So he greatly raises defense for 1 turn, supreme damage with a high chance of stunning, so that's pretty solid. And then he gets Ki plus 2, attack and defense 120. Attack enemies attack and defense minus 30% for 2 turns. And then he gets a high chance of evading enemies' attack, and then recovers 10% HP. So he does a lot. The one thing he won't do is hit very hard, but that's fine. The 120 defense, the greatly raises. He's going to be tanking very well. And the high chance of evading. So let's say maybe you don't get your super off. But actually, wait, never mind. Let's say that you don't have that much defense or something like that. Because obviously 120 is not a big boost for this unit. And even looking here, like, yeah, 10,000 is not that much, even if he's 100%. You can also evade the attacks, which is very nice. And then he recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn, which is solid if you get hit or something. You can recover that. And then he debuffs the opponent, which is always good in Super Battle Road. I don't know if he's your best option for there, but, like, he's good if that's what you pull. What teams is he? Emerald Gods, Majin Buu, Potara. The only thing I'm afraid of is his linking, which happens with sometimes these secondary units, but other than that, he's pretty decent standalone. Then I got Beerus, Exploding Rage, Realm of Gods, Ki plus 3, attack, or HP 130, attack and defense 170, so he stacks attack, and then immense damage and greatly lowers defense, so good for Super Battle Road. Then he gets defense 100, and then attack plus 150 when performing a super attack, so that's a pretty high stat, being that he's raising attack as well. And then he gets attack and defense plus 70 within the turn after receiving an attack, so he's going to get hit very hard if he gets hit before that happens, so which is going to happen obviously because he needs to be hit for this to be activated. So once he gets attacked by the enemy, he gets another 70% attack and defense, so he's going to be hitting very hard. So honestly, he's pretty decent in the first slot if you want the max amount of damage, but he may take a lot of damage as well. And then he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow, and attacks effective against all types when there's a Realm of Gods category enemy, so if you're playing a Legendary Goku event, he's really good because he's always going to have those effects since they're Realm of Gods category. I think similar with the God of Destruction. I haven't looked into that event too much. I'll get back to you guys, but I assume they're also Realm of Gods characters. So changing to Rainbow is actually a big deal because some units benefit from Rainbow, but also it just opens paths for your keys. So in case you're lacking key, that could help, especially since he doesn't have key in his passive. And then the active skill, attack and defense 50, attacks effect against all types and guaranteed to hit, so they can't evade or anything like that. And then it can be activated when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 4th turn, so that's pretty realistic in, you know, your longer events. They'll take that kind of damage, and 4 turns is not bad. So overall, he's a very solid unit. He's mainly an offensive unit, and I kind of like that, so cool card overall. And then we got Piccolo. We talked about him before. He's just a tank. And this forces enemy super attack is really valuable, so you can put him in that slot. And same here. He like reduces damage and then has the big defensive stats. And he can even crit in this form, and he's still 4C, so that's a big deal. He's very tanky. I like him a lot. Only thing with him and like, you know, Kibito Kai, those kind of units, no, Beerus is fine. The categories they're on, they don't always have a good linking partner. He has like Nail, but like other than that, there's not a large amount of units. There are units that link with him, but there's not that many of them. And then Goku Youth, we got DB Saga, Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense 170. Youth category, Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense 150. So he has a medium chance of stunning. Not really useful, but okay. Then he had attack and defense 77 plus an additional 59 attack with more HP. Then defense plus 59 with less HP. Ki plus 1 attack and defense at the start of each turn up to 59. Performs a crit and HP is 59% or less once only. My main issue with him, like, he's not going to be tanking that much when you're at high health. So he could get really hard. You could get hit really hard and just like wipe out like 200,000-300,000 of your health, which is a big issue in, you know, longer events like the ones we're talking about, Super Battle Road and the likes. But he's going to be hitting hard, obviously, and he needs, 6 turns to stack the Ki plus 1 and attack and defense. But the key thing keeps going up, so he's going to be very easy to super with. But the additional, you know, I'll just say 60%. I don't like that 59. 60% is you have to wait 6 turns to get it, which is kind of which is a problem to me. It's very it takes a while to stack it up. The active skill does ultimate damage when HP 59% or below. Yeah, that's pretty good. Does a decent amount of damage. You're not really raising attack with the super, which is kind of what I would like to see from him. But other than that, he's like, he's fine. He's not like bad. He's not amazing, but he's fine. And then Cooler, we talked about him. He just has a defensive issue, and that's pretty much what it is. This thing doesn't even have +1 key or anything. It's just kind of bad. So yeah, he's kind of fallen out. And the STR ultimate Gohan, very old unit. Hybrid Saiyans, key +3, HP, defense 170, attack 130. He stacks attack in those events. That's not terrible. Attack 120, medium chance to guard all attacks. That's like terrible. When he first came out, like it was like not good at all. Even it was okay. I think this was like high chance or like +10% or +20% chance to start a turn. Something like that, where it's like much higher, like at least 50 to 60%, because this is just way too unreliable. And then defense +50% for all superclass allies. That's really good, but the missing part of him is his own defensive boost. Like 50% is not anywhere near enough to tank in tougher content. So if you had like a 70-80% defensive boost along with the 50, I would have liked that, or for better chance to guard. So overall, yeah, I know this was a shorter video. Like we had Piccolo and Cooler that we already talked about in the previous ones. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time, I believe we'll be looking at the Buhan, or Buu Tanks, the LR, Buu, whatever, him and Vegito, those two summons. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.